Yeah. Welcome to the podcast. It's JASHAR. I'm Tunez. I'm the GOAT. He the GOAT. Two goats. Bye, bitch.
Two goats.
Isn't that sheep?
What sheep?
That bye? Do goats bye?
I don't know if they do.
That's a good question.
Wait. They do.
Bye, bitch.
Bye.
Shit, what was you talking about though?
We was talking about honestly, I want to talk about the Spiderman movie.
Okay.
The Spider-Verse movies in particular.
Okay.
If we getting into some real shit.
The best movies.
The best ones. Honestly, I was feeling like, what was it? Miles, the way they really teeing him up to be the GOAT. Because if you play like Spider-Man 2, on PS5.
Oh, you trying to flex now?
It's not even like that.
That
But the way they setting up his power set, it's kind of hurting my feelings because I love Peter Parker.
Yeah.
But
Miles is GOAT.
Miles is better.
Miles is GOAT.
I said it.
I feel like we could have a whole
We can.
LeBron Jordan debate.
We can.
Because I'm when we talk about that debate, because that's gonna make it tough for me,
Right?
Because my whole debate with LeBron and Jordan is there would be no, Brown if it wasn't for Jordan, and Jordan, even though they're in his time, whatever, but Jordan cold all the time. He had consistency. He didn't have the natural talent. Miles got a little more natural coldness.
True.
He was genetically blessed by being black and Puerto Rican. But
True.
So he got a little more swag already. But my boy Peter kind of cold.
Peter is cold. Don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna never shit on Peter.
Yeah.
But invisibility,
That's hard.
electric powers,
Extra hard.
and all of Peter Parker's powers. It's not fair.
Yeah, no, that's kind of cheating.
It's
now
not
that I
fair.
think about it. Why?
It's not fair because he arguably just as strong,
Mm.
from what he could lift,
Yeah.
But if you play Spider-Man 2, this nigga, he sat Peter down a few times. He sat him down. I hate to say it, man. But anyways, the Spider-Verse movies. Fire as fuck. Fire as fuck. Probably the best Spider-Man movies that could ever be.
They are not even arguably. I think they're the best.
And listen, man, I love No Way Home because I think more so because of the nostalgia.
No Way Home was the third one, right? Oh yeah. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Go ahead.
I love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly for the nostalgia, because you see in Toby, you see in Andrew. Andrew's my favorite Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
We see it, Andrew in his spot. He in his bag on that shit.
Yeah.
But you compare that movie, just that movie, because I feel like that's top tier live action Spider-Man movie.
Mm.
Top tier, probably top 3.
Yeah.
You compare that to the Spider-Verse movie, I don't even think it's in the same conversation. Especially with the second one.
The second Spider-Verse movie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's in the same conversation.
And they haven't even gotten to the third one.
Mm-hmm.
There's Us Part 2. Now, you said some controversial things.
Uh-oh.
But I highly agree with most of those controversial things. I agree with Andrew Garfield being, in my opinion, the best depiction of Spider-Man.
100%. 100%.
Peter Parker, a little shaky.
Okay.
I would say that, in a weird way, I think that Tobey Maguire, his Peter Parker, to me, that's just me, was the best one.
Listen, bro. Before we go any further, because I love Tobey, don't get me wrong.
Oh, no.
But when I first heard Tobey's voice come out of that Spider-Man mask, I was upset.
Oh, because there was no change.
No, his
you
voice.
Still kind of.
It's not even like he doesn't even need a change. It's his voice.
Oh, that.
His actual voice.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Oh.
I don't think it's good for Spider-Man. If you play like the old Spider-Man games, 1 and 2,
yeah,
with that voice, no, nope, nope.
Peter Parker.
See, that's something I agree with. I would say Toby was the best Peter.
Oh yeah.
Andrew's the best Spider-Man. Tom Holland's a good fusion between the both of them.
I would say that. I'd agree with that.
Good fusion.
The only thing, and I've gotten into debates with people, and they're like, "It's not fair for you to say that," but like Tom Holland is like the rich kid that got everything to me. Like, you know what I mean? Because like he did just get everything. I didn't like that, and like, and they kind of did him dirty because they went from like. Because I was complaining about that. I was that fan that was like, oh, he got everything handed to him. They were like, oh, you're mad that he got everything handed to him? Watch this. They took everything from dude, bro. How are you? Nah, there's no way. That was so grimy to me.
I was actually cool with him having everything. Because I was like, this is a different Spider-Man. I wanted to see a Spider-Man who would play with Iron Man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when he had the suit, I don't like the iron suit. I don't like it at all. I think it's trash. The first time I saw it, I was like, what the fuck is that? And then they brought it back in Infinity War. I was like,
yeah.
Ew. They did take everything.
He ain't even got an MA. That's hard. That's tough.
They took everything from him.
They were like,
you wearing fabric
get
suits now?
He said,
fuck?
He said, I gotta use needle and thread? Where's Jarvis? Help me. Or what did he have Wednesday? I don't know. He had some AI.
I mean, he had, I forget what the AI's name was, but he had that whole jet plane that they was flying on in the second movie.
And that was hard. Okay, now those movies though, I will say they had some hard ideas.
Yeah,
like when they really he was like, let me make this suit in the ship how I want it, and adapt it to it, because that kind of felt like the games. Yeah, you know how when you get the games and you get gadgets and stuff, and you can like upgrade your suit. Yeah, it's like, oh man, I'm gonna give myself some energy boost. You know,
the fucking parachute, shaped like the spider. I'm like, okay, I don't know how that's gonna save you as an actual parachute. Yeah, but the idea,
like how he was in the show. You know what I'm saying?
Got the gliding on them hoes. Got the gliding on them. Yeah, that shit was hard.
Yeah, because we have that same debate with like Batman, where you go like with the same Batmans, where we were just talking about like you got Christian Bale. I think we talk Batman Begins. I will say was the best depiction of Batman. And then I would say that Christian Bale overall was the best balance of like. Actually, no, I would just say that he outright had the best Bruce Wayne. I would actually no, I would say he had the best going back and forth between Bruce Wayne and, you know what I mean? Like when you saw him as an actor, he would be like, oh yeah, like I'm real suave, like everything's great. Yeah, my parents are dead. Who cares? like, you know what I mean? Like he was like, yeah, I'm rich. I don't care. I don't need this. But then like, you know, he puts on the cape and cowl and he's like, I'm sad.
Straight up, man. That's another thing. I hate to be stroking off Ben Affleck like this. He had the best Batman voice.
Yeah, I actually kind of hit that note.
You sure
like,
did. You sure did.
They didn't know I was Mr. Tunes.
Monsieur
Tunes.
He had the modulator on his voice.
That's fair.
That shit was dope.
Yeah, because I'm kind of played out with like the whole like
trying to gravel your voice.
Because then Robert Pattinson was doing that, and I was just kind of like.
I mean, he was going back and forth as Batman, and I'm like, this nigga was Bruce Wayne for a hot second.
Bro, he had no Bruce Wayne anything, and I think they did that because like people were so like paranoid of like, or like they needed almost like a buffer period between like this ain't the dude from Twilight, and they had, I think maybe that was a 2.5 hour movie. I think they had like 5 minutes of Bruce Wayne.
They probably could have shaved off like a good 45 off of that bitch, to be honest with you. Cut off a clean 45 off of it. There's gonna be people who hates me in the comments for this shit. Straight up. The Batman, trash. Trash.
That one hurts.
I said it. It's trash. That's my personal opinion. And I fucking love Batman. Ben Affleck Batman is my favorite just because I personally like me a comic Batman that can move, jump around, do flips and shit, all that type shit. That's the type of Batman that I want. That's why Ben Affleck's my favorite one.
He up there.
Then they was like, we gonna go back to the Christian Bale era field of fight styles, it felt like. And I'm like, we just saw this.
Yeah, they should have gone.
Why would I want to come back and see this? That's one thing. Two things. This nigga took a shotgun to the chest.
And a bomb. And a
bomb to the face. This nigga was invincible.
And he just ate bullets. I was watching it, and I was like,
count how many times he got shot, bro?
So many times.
He got shot
so many times. He got sniped. Did you see when he was like shot? I was like, damn, stop, dodge something.
That shit was pissing me off. And at the end of the movie, when he's like mad as fuck, walking up on this dude, and this dude is holding a fucking shotgun like.
Because I was just thinking that, and like it makes me mad because I laugh at it now. Because I was like, you got took off your feet, bro, off your feet. You got blown back.
Dog,
you got
straight
put
up,
on a poster.
He looked at it. It's not like he didn't see it. It
didn't move any faster. Didn't move any faster. He could have been like, oh, none of that. He the Rocky Balboa of Batmans. He don't block. He don't dodge. He just.
The shit was, and me personally, like, I come from like the era where like Batman didn't make a lot of mistakes, especially when it came to like fist fights.
Perfection. Against
somebody could walk up on him.
Yeah,
boom.
Basic goons. Oh yeah, he did. That was so. Dog. That's like iconic Batman. He just.
So it's like,
mink.
Why is he catching so many to the gut? Like he fighting like random dudes on the street.
Yeah. At
the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Why did some of these teenagers connect with Batman?
Yeah.
And this is something I was just explaining to like Mr. Tunez, is that everybody kept saying, yeah, it's year one. Cool. But if you think about Batman mythos, he already had all the training for fighting, escape artists, fucking gliding. He already had all that training before he put the suit on. All he needed to work on was his detective skills. And you do that in the field. It should have been more so a detective movie with fucking kung fu fight scenes. That's what I'm saying.
It really, yeah. No, he really should have. That part should have been easy. Like, that should have been the easy part.
I mean, Christian Bale year one was
cold.
This nigga had like a whole gliding suit.
Cold.
Like, he had a bat. The wings where he could fucking glide in the first movie. And I'm like, okay, this is year one. But he did the research before he went out there.
And didn't take a single L.
Didn't take a single L.
It
didn't feel like Robert Pattinson did the research of being a good fighter, of being able to glide. Because that fucking parachute suit was not it, bro. It was not fucking it.
Zip it up. Because, like, now this is
how long did it take him to put it on? While the cops is running up the stairs, because I don't know how he got up there that much faster than them.
No, he took the grapple gun.
He used the grapple gun? Yeah, okay, so they running up the stairs.
Yeah.
And he just
shooting at him. He was taking bullets.
Bro. Bro, before he even... He should have been gone before they even made it to the top.
Look, so what my theory was that, like, he understood... More so science. Now, this is something that Batman does sometimes that, like, I'm like, you gotta account for some of this stuff. When Batman jumped off, now, Batman, The Dark Knight accounted for it. When he was gliding the one time, he was like, you're gonna need some oxygen. So he had some oxygen.
True.
When you still jumping from that height, do I think they should have put it in there? No. I think he was cold.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, it's gonna be... It's gonna be. Let me just. It's gonna be.
Zip it up to my neck real quick.
Because that part, I was kind of like, why? And I was like, I guess it makes sense. But then, like, so I let it slide. I let that part. There was That's what's tough about that movie is I did have to let a lot of stuff slide. Where I was like,
well, that's the thing that was always so cool about Batman, because he's such a fantastical character that like shit that normally makes sense, like, you know, being cold up that high or needing oxygen, that shouldn't matter. My personal opinion is, I understand you want to do like a realistic Batman, but it's like, I don't think that shit should matter.
so you saying you're gonna jump off a building?
No, I'm not saying I'm gonna do that.
Oh, I was just...
But we talking about Batman.
That's true. Yeah. Okay.
This
yeah.
is the
Because
same nigga
in
who
any other
flies,
movie,
who stands next to Superman.
he do.
There's been scenes where Superman's holding them by his hands and they flying together.
Yeah.
He
We
needed-
was just talking about the
Yes.
Batman and Superman movie when he said, "Fool."
Yes.
First of all, Batman, Superman animated series movie. What was it? 2000? Maybe it was 1990 something.
Might have been
Actually,
99 or something like that.
best, hands down, copy paste, do that live action, greatest movie.
That's all you gotta do.
Because Batman vs Superman, booty cheeks, booty cheeks.
I actually went back and I saw the fight scene and I was okay.
Martha,
Martha. All right.
That's all I need.
All right.
Booty cheeks. There's like stuff that I can like let slide. Like in the Batman, I tried to let stuff slide. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you take shotguns to the face. You know what I'm saying? You're like, that's dumb.
Yeah.
You know how many goons? Now this is OG or old Batman. This is old Batman we're talking about. He's got 30 years in the game probably.
Which Batman?
Out there. Ben Affleck.
Oh, okay.
Old.
Yeah.
I'm talking about old Batman.
Yeah.
This dude Superman started talking about, oh man, we gotta save Martha. You don't think he ran into another goon at one other time? Like, my wife Martha. I got a daughter named Martha, and he's like, oh, god damn it, I can't do anything because that stopped him from stabbing Superman.
I understand what they was trying to do, and it probably didn't work out the way it should have. But one of the coldest Superman scenes was in that movie. Something that we've seen on live action. I'm talking when he's fighting Doomsday, bro. You seeing the eye beams going back and forth. I was like, I never thought I would see anything that looked this quality from a Superman.
Yeah.
That shit was beautiful. It looks like a painting.
Batman used guns in that movie.
Wow! We use guns. What you talking about?
Batman killed people actually.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Dropped that dude straight on his neck.
100%.
I didn't like that. You've got two rules.
You talking about Ben Affleck?
Ben Affleck. You got two rules.
All right. How many of the other Batmans have killed people on screen? Every single one of them. Every single one of them. You gonna tell me Robert Pattinson didn't kill somebody by accident?
You know damn well. He does not count. But Christian Bale, he killed nobody.
He didn't kill nobody.
Nope.
We gonna go back. We gonna watch these. I'm gonna count the amount of people he murdered.
Look now, because I vividly remember this movie. We're gonna talk about Batman Begins. You're gonna be like, but Ra's al Ghul, and he said, "I'm not gonna kill you. I ain't gotta save you."
True.
But
I'm not even talking about main villains. I'm just talking about random thugs. They may have looked the other way to fight somebody when some nigga flew off the side of a building or some shit. This shit happens all the time.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton's Batman killed people.
Yeah, he did. He did.
He killed people.
He was catching bodies.
So why is everybody coming for Ben Affleck about this shit when every other Batman is killed?
I think it's because just after Christian Bale, when he made such a big point about it, because that was his number one rule.
True.
I was like, Christian Bale Christian Bale made an active effort. I don't want to kill these people.
True.
Body's gonna be caught though.
True.
It was like,
true.
Somebody.
And honestly, if WB didn't have a foot so far up their ass, they should have made the Batman movie first, and then they should have explained why he was in this point where he was killing people. Because according to research that I've done, he was going somewhere with this Ben Affleck Batman. He was like, oh yeah, this is a grizzled Batman. Yeah. He done seen some shit.
They had the flash to the cage with the Joker.
Yeah. He seen some shit. He I don't give a fuck. Niggas is dying. They should have explained that And then people wouldn't have been on Ben Affleck's ass like that. But at the end of the day, every fucking Batman has killed. Every single one. We gonna go back. We gonna watch some Christian Bale films. I promise you he killed at least one.
Now,
at least.
We can go back to the animated movie. We could talk about Batman Under the Red Hood.
Okay.
And we could talk about how the Red Hood was like, yo, I know you got this rule.
Oh, yeah.
That scene, cinematic masterpiece.
That was a good scene.
That's animated Batman movies, animated Justice League movies, hard. Greatest movies of all. Actually, now I'm starting to realize it. Going back to the Spider-Man stuff, all of these animated stuff, like the movies and stuff, are just better. And I don't know if it's just because it's like a very direct, like, oh, it's like to the comic books. You know what I mean? It might be easier to portray that, but I think that like these live action movies are really just doing too much now. Because now it's like if you like when I watch the Red Hood, that borderline at least top 3 favorite Batman movie of all time. I would say top 5. No, top 3.
That's a good movie.
Because you got like,
that's a good movie.
I would say it's like Batman Begins, Dark Knight, then Under the Red Hood.
Oh shit!
Number 3.
That high?
It's that good.
Yeah.
Mostly just for that scene alone. He was like, "Why don't you kill the Joker?" He was like, "Cause it'd be too easy." That shit was so hard. What? Because at first I was like, "Well, what?" At any point, he was like, "At any point, I could have snapped this dude's neck." But then he made the point where he was like, "Cause then if I killed him, and I'm like, oh well, let me justify it. It's the Joker. I gotta kill him."
Right.
Then he could find a justification for killing every other dude.
Yeah.
Then it's like, damn, now you just killed him.
Right.
And then
what are you trying to stop?
Yeah, and that
you don't need that.
And then that's how Injustice stuff happened. Because of Superman had his rule, and then the Joker
put a hole in his chest.
Woo!
That boy don't fuck around.
But another like animated thing where like if you just did this live action, could you imagine?
That shit would be hard. But I'm at the point right now where I don't want to see any more Dark Superman.
No, but I would like that if they did like James Gunn. I hope you hear this. I'm giving you free game because I want to see this. I don't need credits. I don't need writing credits. I don't need nothing. But if let's say 10, not 10 years. Let's say 6 years down the road, your universe is taking off. It's doing great. Bring back Henry Cavill for one movie, maybe like a 2-part movie.
Kingdom Come.
Yeah, or Injustice, or Crisis.
Ooh, that would be dope. I feel like they threw around like a lot of great ideas. They just haven't been good with executing them.
Any of them.
Because it's like the Flash movie had like some really great ideas in play, but they fumbled them. Like shit.
Flashpoint, period.
Yeah, Flashpoint, they shouldn't have done Flashpoint. But I thought it was really dope, them showcasing all the superheroes something we was talking about earlier. They say, oh, why don't you call Superman? And he looks on TV and Superman's flying around taking care of this volcano.
Yeah.
And I was like, this shit is hard. Where's Wonder Woman? I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And then fucking, he's doing something on this side of town. Batman's on this side of town. Wonder Woman shows up, helps Batman and stuff. I'm like, this is the type of world building I need to see.
Yeah.
And I feel like they had some ideas. It's just, they fumbled it, man. Shit, even with the villain in that movie.
Who's the villain in that movie?
I don't even think there was a villain.
It was himself?
Yeah.
Because they didn't even do like a reverse Flash, really.
They didn't.
They just kind of were like, you're your own villain.
I would love to see like a Flash versus Reverse Flash live action.
That'd be hard. Or
like,
just
like actual graphics. I'm not talking about like TV Flash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of what made me mad about the whole Zack Snyder. Not even mad about it because I like where Zack Snyder was going, and I wish they would have just kind of let him do it because was it Batman vs Superman? It was Batman vs Superman. In the first scene, you showed Thomas Wayne. Thomas Wayne's actor, he's a big actor. He was the dude that played, I can't think of his name. I just looked it up this weekend too.
You talking about he played the comedian.
Played the comedian in The Watchmen.
The Watchmen, bro. That shit was hard.
That's why I looked it up because I just saw it this past weekend again. I was like, Watchmen.
That shit was before his time.
Yeah. Oh, way before his time.
That shit was way before his time. I remember watching it and like, I don't understand. When I saw it a second time, and I was like, damn, this shit is deep.
Every single time I watch that movie, I see something else.
Yeah.
Or like I learn something new. Or I have another perspective where I'm like, oh, damn, I didn't even catch that the first time.
Yeah.
That's how that movie's so just...
But what kept me coming back to it was the visuals, man. Zack Snyder is something different when it comes to these visuals.
That movie came out in 2009.
Straight?
2009. I was just talking to my girl about this. We were just talking about this movie, and I was like, you know what's crazy to me? Like, Dr. Manhattan looked real.
Yeah.
They did, even, who'd they have? Richard Nixon? Like, and obviously it was, like, makeup and stuff. But, like, they took time in that movie to make him look good. And then, like the fight scenes, you know what I'm saying? The end scene with the pyramid thing, wherever they were at. Mm-hmm. Cold. All these CGI, like the CGI in 2009.
Shit, even the scene where I forget what the name of the dude with the blotchy face was.
Oh, Rorschach?
Rorschach, that's right. When he just put his hand out and he made his body explode, the graphics from that shit, amazing. Amazing. I'm like, this shit is crazy.
Spoiler alert, but like, yeah.
If you ain't see it, fuck you.
2009. You should have been on.
Fuck you.
Should have been on. But recommend it. But you should have been on.
But yeah, that shit was, I don't know, something about his visuals is like next level. And I haven't seen like anybody do visuals like he do visuals.
Yeah.
Cause like he just creates like paintings on a screen.
Yeah.
And that's why I follow him. Like even if like I know he got like some movies where the story ain't great. Visuals always on point. Mm-hmm. That movie he made with the girl with the I think she wound up at a brothel or something like that. I forget the name of this movie. But like every time she was in the dream world, she was doing like fucking crazy acrobatics and fighting dragons and shit.
Oh,
that shit.
I think I know what you're talking about.
The visuals on that shit crazy. Yeah. I follow him for the visuals. If we could just get him to do the visuals and maybe somebody else to do the story.
Because we were just talking about Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
Zack Snyder's cut too.
Yeah.
It was just like a really good movie. Yeah. I mean, it was long.
The visuals though.
But the visuals.
Dog, straight up, I thought the 4 hours was gonna be long. And I remember I was so hype about this shit dropping. Mm-hmm. And it came on because like HBO Max at the time would just be like, okay, the movie comes to you here at 3 a.m. Mm-hmm. I waited till 3 a.m. I think I was already up doing like music shit.
Yeah.
But 3 o'clock came around and I was like, let me hit play. I'm gonna watch 10 minutes. I watched the entire thing the first time.
Isn't that 4 hours?
Yes. The entire thing the first time.
At 3 a.m.
And then I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Because you get tired like around 3, you know what I'm saying? 3-ish, 4-ish as a musician, period. 3-ish, 4-ish, you get a little tired. I saw the entire thing. I was so fucking in here like this, like, wow. The second one? Coldest graphics I've ever seen.
So much better. I don't know what they were doing in that first one, but that second one, I was like, oh, he's actually a problem. First one, I was like, beat his ass.
Right.
Beat his ass.
Yeah.
But then,
yeah, he was a problem.
And that's why,
picking up horses?
Yeah. I found out why they did that, though. Because he had, like, some, like, crazy death happen. Like, halfway into making the original Justice League. Yeah, somebody died or something. So he stopped, like, halfway into production or something. So they had some other dude just take over.
Oh.
And he made it booty cheeks. And then Zack Snyder was like, this is what I was going for. Did you know the last scene when he had, who was Martian Manhunter?
Yeah.
It was done in his driveway.
Oh, yeah.
That's hard.
Crazy.
How you do that?
Crazy. And it looks that good?
Yeah. How you do that?
Oh, my God. Amazing. This dude is amazing.
He's good.
But yeah, I don't understand what they was doing with the whole Justice League movie. Yeah. Because, like, even if the dude died, they showed the design of Steppenwolf in Batman vs. Superman. Mm-hmm. Like, one of the last scenes. They show like Lex Luthor in the
Oh, yeah.
pool full of whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah, they're just like kind of showing stuff where it's like, this could
And
be
they show like the outline of him, and he's like fucking, I don't know,
in the suit.
nano
Yeah.
pieces or whatever. And I was like, yo, who the fuck is that? He was a little scary when I first saw it. But then when the Zack Snyder's Justice League came out, I was like, damn, that's who he is.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. Would have been hard.
That shit was good.
And there's just a lot of like coulda, woulda, shouldas that I've been seeing a lot in like just the nerdverse, we'll call it. Just like the culmination of all nerdy things. And like Marvel does it, where they hint at stuff and they don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
DC does it.
DC is notorious for that shit. You know how many scenes that just never got completed?
Yeah.
Green Lantern. He put the ring on, and he turned yellow. Sinestro, that shit was crazy. I was like, oh my god, it's giving me Sinestro.
But like that movie was
And
terrible.
It wasn't, but I was still, I mean, it was.
I
was like, what did I say? What did I say? What did I say?
I was like, you gonna argue that movie?
I was like, what did I say? Hold on.
I was like,
no, but
you gonna argue?
the movie was not good. 100%. I liked the movie, but it was not good. And they had Sinestro at the end.
Yeah.
Put the yellow ring. I was excited for that.
Yeah, that's really what we wanted.
And
from
then
the beginning.
Black Adam, Superman shows up at the end. I was excited for that. You know what I'm saying?
Hurt forever.
So many of these movies where they do that. Even what they did with like Shazam 2, I don't even know why they did it. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? When they popped up.
Oh, at the end?
Yeah.
And it was like, hey, we starting a Justice Society.
Yeah.
But now it's like, are you? And I still don't know if that is canon for the new, because they are the people from
Peacemaker.
from Zack, and that Zack Snyderverse Peacemaker.
Is it
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker? Okay.
Because Peacekeeper, I was thinking Peacekeeper. Wait. No, so I played this game.
The nigga
called,
John Cena.
Yeah, that guy. Because I played this game called Apex.
Yeah.
They have what gun is? What? Now I don't even know what that gun is. Because there's a gun called the Peacekeeper. It's a Peacekeeper.
Peacekeeper
Is the gun. Peacemaker. Is that right? Why doesn't it sound right still?
I don't know.
Maybe it's
because I'm thinking a pacemaker. Yeah, your chest. I think it's.
Are they both just keep?
I don't think it's maker.
I don't know, man. John Cena
Whoever the fuck his name is.
from Suicide Squad and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That whole verse is still canon.
Which is weird.
I kind of like it. I like it because like now we don't have to start over. I'm sick.
No,
of
I actually
starting
like
over.
like his story and everything that happened. But what was weird to me is what they filmed on the last episode, where he's like carrying the girl or whatever, and then he walks through the Justice League because the Justice League just showed up, and he's like, "Oh, you guys are late." But then they show Aquaman and then they show Flash.
Yeah, but
and I'm like,
they gone.
Like if they had just kept them all in shadow,
then
I'd have been like, "Oh, this the new Justice League."
Yeah,
you know what I'm
he's
saying?
getting the second season.
Because he's got Superman, they had Batman, Wonder Woman was there. The actors weren't there for the three,
no,
but they was there.
And then I see what you mean. Where they still showed the other two, and you're like,
they show close-ups.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that Jason Momoa showed up for this show. Holy shit!
But like, Jason Momoa is still in the universe.
He is, but he also just came out and he said he hasn't had a call about Lobo. He came out in a new interview for Aquaman 2.
Yeah, and he was talking about how he thought he was going to play Lobo.
Yeah, he thought he was going to play Lobo. Yeah. But he was like, if they call me and they want me to audition, and they're like,
it's not an audition.
They're not going to ask you to audition.
They just going to be like, if they ask me.
Yeah. He was like, if they ask me, I'll show up. So I'm like, so that DC meeting he had?
Yeah, because did you ever see the Instagram thing where he was like, I just got off this meeting with DC and...
Yeah, with James Gunn, after James Gunn took over.
So...
What was that for? Does that mean we're continuing your Aquaman?
I hope not. Respectfully. Like
I like Aquaman. I like him as Aquaman. I saw the first Aquaman movie.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. But
Logo.
I don't want to see him play with like these new people.
Logo.
He would make a better Lobo.
It would be weird.
Yeah,
no, I see that because that would be weird if you kept him as Aquaman, but like,
and he's interacting with new Superman, new Batman.
But like, so the whole time you're kind of like, but, and unless they
still be the same thing they did with the Batman movies, because when Batman Returns,
and they just like, they
kept the same Alfred.
Yeah, but they had different Batman. So you had Michael Keaton. Then you had Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
Then you had
same Alfred.
George Clooney.
And I'm like, this ain't the same universe.
Yeah.
This is just weird.
And then they kind of just did that same little haha fuck you in The Flash.
Yeah.
Where they're like, hey, we got Michael Keaton and
yeah.
then we're gonna show you which like I respect Christian Bale a lot. Because Christian Bale's like, I'm not doing that. They're like, well, I'm begging you, please. Nah. I ain't doing that.
I mean, he made a good decision.
Yeah, I mean, now if the movie was better, I bet he would have been like, yeah. But like,
I don't know, man.
If they would have done like Flashpoint the way it should have been with the dude from Watchmen, you got, because now you already got it set up where you got Thomas Wayne as Batman,
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Cold.
I just remember. Let's go. Just remember his shit.
Good. Look at you. Look at you.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dean.
Who needs a computer?
That boy cold.
He would have been in it, and then you could have
had Batman too.
And then you got Gal Gadot. I don't know how to say her last name, but fine Wonder Woman. I almost said Superman. Fine.
She cold.
She cold. And she's badass. She's.
Woo! I'm just playing baby girl.
But so you got her and you got Jason Momoa scrapping, fighting each other.
Hard. No, that shit would have been hard.
With Jeffrey Dean Morgan, with who else would be in there? And then a Reverse Flash.
Mm-hmm.
Just read the comic book. Read a comic book. It's so easy.
Which is weird because you guys are doing comic book movies.
You got the script. You don't need to make a script. You just maybe you could tweak it your own little way. But it's like I've never seen, like you know how when people like adapt books to movies, and they're like, oh, this wasn't how I imagined it. You don't have to imagine nothing. They painted the picture for you.
Pictures. Picture books. Picture books.
You don't have to read like, oh, the house was big and blue, and you could see the big blue house.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get it, and it's so easy. It's so easy. You got everything you need right there, and that story, and that's why I get so mad when they throw out those names when they're like the biggest. To this day, I'm so pissed about it. When they said Civil War, like a couple years after the Civil War comic books came out.
Oh yeah. Straight up, Civil War is an amazing comic book. I still like the movie.
See, and that's so. The movie's ruined though for me because I
was expecting one thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was expecting one thing, and then I got something else, and I was disappointed because I was expecting another thing. But I was like, I like this Civil War though.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah,
it's not as good as the comic book.
No,
but it was still good.
Yeah. Now Batman vs Superman had the opposite effect.
True. Where
they had the name, they kind of did it, but then did also other stuff. Like you can't have
to fight a couple times in that movie.
Yeah, you can't have the Dark Knight Returns, and also Superman Doomsday, and then also have like Lex Luthor just kind of in it.
And introduction to Justice League.
And then introduction to Justice League. Yeah. And then they pretty much started with the end. So you got Doomsday, which is the death of Superman, but you're using, and then you got the Dark Knight Returns, which is the end of Batman.
Yeah.
To introduce the Justice League.
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird.
What room I would kill? I would pay.
Well, see, here's the thing. Like, I don't feel like the guys who put the movie together. I feel like they had an outline, and they was like, "You got to figure this shit out." And they was like, "All right." I don't think they did it the best way.
Yeah, no,
but I think WB was like, "You got to have Lex Luthor in there."
Yeah,
it's Batman and Superman, obviously. We want you to put Wonder Woman in there.
Yeah.
And then somehow show the Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg.
Yeah.
But also put Doomsday in there.
Warner Brothers do be doing
I
that.
think that's what they did to him, and he was like, all right, yeah, I can do that, because you don't want to miss the bag.
Yeah.
Plus, he had the passion for it.
Yeah.
But even still, like...
But, like, yeah, but, like, how do you... Because to me, it almost felt like the room was like, okay, we have to make this comic book movie with a bunch of people that have never read comic books. And they just threw all the biggest DC comic book stories, and we're just like, here, pick... Actually, not even all of them. They picked 5. And they were like, let's just take these 3 and make something happen. And they did the best they could with trying to merge all 3 of them.
I feel like there's not a problem with, like, merging 3 stories, but I feel like they shouldn't be, like, the biggest of stories. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
It's like if like the Captain America movie, if they did Civil War and Secret War and Infinity War all in one movie. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's too big of ideas.
But like, so they did that
stuff
with
in the same thing.
With Spider-Man 3. They weren't like big stories, but you had 3 big villains, and you kind of just threw them in. Like you had kind of, I think the only big story I would say was like the what do you call it? Green Goblin, Goblin Jr., Young Goblin, or Second Goblin. And he came in, and that was like 2 movies leading up to it was everybody's like, all right.
Oh, you talking about the first Spider-Man?
I'm talking about that Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yeah, no. You talking about no.
I was like, hold on.
I forgot that there's already another trilogy.
There's like, yeah, in the other Spider-Man movie with the 3, you got more than 3 villains.
4.
You know what I'm saying?
Because that one had, so that
and
one.
then you said Green Goblin, I was like, okay, I'm following you.
No, I'm talking about Goblin Jr. Yeah, so for a minute. Oh, yeah. So
Goblin
the whole
Jr.,
time,
I'm
they're like, wait a minute, Harry
trying to put this shit together. Okay, I'm following you.
Yeah, so.
All right, so if y'all was fucking with what we was talking about, make sure y'all tune in for a part 2. Leave us a comment below. Let us know what it do.
If you got your own opinions on what we were talking about today, you can go ahead and put them in the comments, and we'll read them, and we'll throw them in the suggestion box, and we'll let you know if we can do them. Thank you. Bless you. Love you.